Jake, you don't have to worry. Look over at the camera. Wave to Dad. Joshua. Hi, buddy.
When it goes out.
We'll watch it take off, okay?
Oh, and then
Josh. We'll watch it take off. Why not? Hey, buds. Look over here, Jake. Josh, look here. Hi, boys.
Look at that helicopter.
That's a big one.
We're gonna go right now. We're gonna send out of the roof.
Huh? Mommy just came out a minute ago, didn't she? Did we say hi to her?
We did.
Yeah, she came out and said hi. Now we're gonna watch that helicopter take off.
Oh, Jordan. Jordan.
Is that your stone?
Yeah.
Here, I'll give it to Joshua. Just moving you over here. Get ready to take off, buddy. Sit down, Joshua, sit down. Watch the helicopter. What do you think? What do you think, Joey? Oh, we got something. Hope you enjoyed that video. That was almost 30 years ago. Time flies. It's just amazing. So I watched the video and just got wondering, with the internet and all, there's so many ways to track and see where airplanes have gone. And if you get on airliners.net, for example, you can find photos of aircraft just by entering the N number. So I went ahead and entered the N number for this helicopter, this November 122 Lima Foxtrot, and I found out, let's take a look here, that this aircraft was involved in a landing accident about 4 years after I shot that video. And so it was on the 30th of April in '97. And there's the helicopter. It was operated by Keystone Helicopter Corporation. No fatalities, and they were going from Bellefonte, Pennsylvania to Kane, Pennsylvania. And it was about a 30-minute flight. The details from the NTSB. It talks about what occurred. And basically it sounded like a landing accident. I am not a helicopter pilot, so I cannot completely unpack what I've read. But for those of you that do fly helicopters or are familiar with their operation, it was a settling with power. So I guess the rotor can generate downwash, and if you get into your own downwash, you can start a descent that you can't recover from, and the only way to recover from that descent is to fly away from it. And the description goes on to say that the pilot had gotten to a point where he had realized there was no room to fly away. The landing pad was small. It was sort of blocked in by trees and a power line. If you read through here, the probable cause, the National Transportation Safety Board determined the probable cause of this accident to be the pilot's decision to perform a low airspeed vertical descent with a tailwind, which resulted in settling with power. That's what it's called. Federal Aviation Administration inspector concluded a preliminary examination of the wreckage. The main rotor blades were damaged. The landing skids were blown out. The helicopter was resting on the rear fuselage, and the tail boom was separated and lying on the ground next to the right side of the helicopter. The inspector reported that he was able to verify control continuity of the cyclic and the collective and found no reason for the anti-torque system. And found no reason that the anti-torque system should not have worked. So the anti-torque system, I would guess they're talking about the tail rotor. And that can, when the engine is spinning, the main rotor, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So to compensate for the engine wanting not only to turn the main rotor in one direction, the net result is it wants to spin the body of the aircraft in the opposite direction. And that's the purpose of the tail rotor in the back, to prevent that from happening. And then, of course, to give you directional control in all situations. And apparently that all those things were checked and determined to be not an issue. There's some of the pilot information. 36-year-old pilot, single pilot, and let's see here, 4,600 hours total, 190 hours total in that particular helicopter, 4,250 hours as pilot in command of all aircraft, 100 hours in the last 90 days in all aircraft, 36 hours in the last 30 days in all aircraft, 1 hour in the last 24 prior to this in all aircraft. There were visual conditions. Pilot reported that winds were light, 3 to 4 knots. No injuries, that's the good news. But the aircraft was substantially damaged, of course. So interesting to think about, the fact that this aircraft would go on to suffer that landing accident and be out of commission. But just thought I would share that with you. Just an interesting scenario, like most aviation incidents and accidents are, and even more specifically, most, if not all, aviation events, not just incidents or accidents, but the takeoffs and landings. And anytime somebody puts a camera or puts eyes on aircraft taking off and landing, it's entertainment. It's one of those things that we watch. That's why there are viewing areas at the airport. And even though I'm an airline pilot, I still enjoy going and watching airplanes take off and land. So that's just a natural thing. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that video. Just watch for my next one. We will chat then.